Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Surprise, surprise. The West finished its investigation into the Nord Stream pipeline's bombing. And let's see what they found out. That's a very surprising piece of information. Here it is, coming from the New Voice of Ukraine. Today, November 12th, 2023. The West has finished its investigation into the Nord Stream bombing. So why won't it name Russia? Question mark. So from the very beginning, we find out Russia is not the perpetrator or the person that's going to be indicted with anything. Who might be? And who's the person being so upset that Russia was not found as being the, criminal here? The West has finished its investigation into the bombing of the Nord Stream gas pipeline, but is in no hurry to publicly declare Russia's involvement. Mikhailo Gonchar, president of the Center for Global Studies Strategy 21st century, I'm guessing, told Radio New Voice of Ukraine, and I'm quoting, "I believe that the investigation was thoroughly conducted and everything was pretty quickly clarified. However, it hasn't been made public, not because of concerns about damaging relations with Ukraine. If, and I'm in parentheses, there is evidence that Russia is responsible, decisive actions must be taken. Here you can't get away with mere statements," said this Gonchar. Now remember, next time when people will come and will point the finger towards, all right, remember this: decisive actions must be taken if whomever is responsible. Okay, so whomever is responsible, in this case this guy says Russia, decisive actions must be taken. When Al Capone will be called out, or Great Britain, remember, I'm expecting this guy to come out and say decisive action must be taken against Al Capone or Great Britain or Norway. All right? What do you think? Don't hold your breath. You know the answer. All right. He also warned of the consequences of such silent investigations. And I'm quoting, "Russia, employing its hybrid methods, achieves its goal." Okay, this is a general statement. I would like you to provide something so you can support the claim. He won't. Simultaneously, he moved to the next area, which is the Western. The Western side appears incapable of effectively countering this and does not call things by their names. No, they don't. Because if they would, you're going to have the wrong name over there. This not only increases the potential for further sabotage of NATO and EU communications, but also steers tensions in the media. What do you mean, further sabotage of NATO? That was not against NATO or the European Union communications. You're talking about that cable underneath, Finland and Estonia or something? That supposedly this Chinese vessel forgot to zip up his zipper, and his cock was dragging down the bottom of the sea and caught into the cable. Is that what they tell us? I don't believe that's squat. Why? Because it was a seismic movement recorded, and that was not that anchor dragged at the bottom of the Baltic Sea by the Chinese vessel created the systemic shit. Lie. I covered that in one of my videos. And it says here, related to the insinuation that they are not there, but also stirs tensions in the media related to the insinuations that they are not there, that it was not the Russians who did it, but the Ukrainians in the case of Nord Stream. No, my friends, I said you were not. The Ukrainians were not. Not the Ukrainians, I don't think the Russians. Russians, I give them in 3%, 1%, 0%. Ukrainians, 0%. I give others more than that, obviously. Gonchar criticized the Washington Post report on the Nord Stream bombing, specifically mentioning Colonel Roman Chervinsky alleged involvement in explosions as absurd slander. Me too, I think. But it was not about him, it was about Zaluzny. So, Gonchar, get your facts straight. They said about the colonel, but he answered to Zaluzny because they want to frame Zaluzny. What? Because Zaluzny doesn't follow orders, it seems like, and the Ukrainian Zelensky is at odds with Zaluzny, with the Ukrainian Zaluzny, mind you. So it says here that you can hear more about this assessment in a video interview available on Radio New Voice. But not the Russians. It were not the Russians saying that this guy was involved. It was Washington Post, and they said they got the information from the Ukrainians, Ukrainian intelligence. Go in and watch my video. There were two areas, and they both, I think, Ukrainian. They were didn't have anything to do with the Russians. So I don't know what this guy is talking about. Anyway, because he says here that it's not the Russians who did it, but the Ukrainians. Okay, whatever. On September 26th, Russian warships were detected. Okay, yeah, so were the Norwegian and the Americans conducting training over there a month before. Are they going to say it? No, they don't say it. So I'm not going to say it either. All right, my friends. So basically, this guy said the investigation is completed, but they will not say who the perpetrator was, the criminal. I don't think it's because Russia is. I don't think the investigation will ever be completed. And if it's going to be completed, it's going to be completed as the synod from Nietzsche in what, 330, 320, 330, Common Era, was that what it was? Where they got all the things and they made the Bible for us, or for you, whomever. Yeah, that's what it was. I think it was in 330. Look for it. When they got all these books and all these things, and they said this doesn't know, this yes, no, and then they sit down over there and they said, okay, now how will we put this together so it fits? This is exactly what these guys are doing with the investigation. Get the information, the one that doesn't fit the narrative they want to get, which is Russia did it, they want to push it, put it right here, and then they're going to say, okay, what do we do here? How can we make it fit in order to work mildly, because these guys are garbage, mildly, and I'm saying this is our fellow, why? Because when they bring it out, some people will ask questions about it, and they're gonna have the answers already, in the cannons, is that how you call them? Yeah, they're gonna create the cannons already over there, ready. For this question, you're going to have this answer. For this follow-up question, you're going to have that answer. And so on. So they get all this ready. This is what they do right now. They want to make sure that everything fits mildly. That means they want even the of the society be satisfied with the answer. Not us. They don't care about geniuses like you and I. They don't take us into consideration. Why? Because they think we are not many enough, and that's true. That's how it is. The best, the creme de la creme. You and I, yeah, let's bump chest. All right now. All right, so that's what they're doing right now. It's not because they don't know who did it. I'm 100% that they know who did it. They know the time, they know the names, they know who, from what time to what, when he scratched his balls, when the other one sniffs his fingers, and so on. They all know everything because probably they did it before the investigation started. I'm 99% certain of that. Can I? Yeah, and if you plan on staying on this planet, if these guys allow us and they don't fulfill the prophecies by then, by destroying the planet with some nuclear weapons, now they are in the process in the Middle East, then we're going to meet in about 20 years. And in 20 years, I'm going to tell you, I told you it was Al Capone, and dead, okay? And for some of you who will not be around then, I tell you right now, it was not Russia. We'll find out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.